Tuesdays during the NFL regular season. My power rankings are brought to you by SoFi. Get your money right before we get into it. She is the lovely Michelle Smallman. I see you, Smalls. Killing her. He is the Ocho, Evan Cohen.
8.
And I am the resident Super Bowl champ. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Number 5.
The Green Bay Packers, they're down 3 spots in my rankings from a week ago. A loss to the Cleveland Browns will do that to you.
Yeah.
Jordan Love and the offense have yet to get going, but defensively, they're the best outfit in football. Number 1 scoring defense and number 1 in yards per play. That actually matters. This defense can get after quarterbacks like no, not none. The only question I have about Green Bay moving forward is what version of Jordan Love in this offense are we going to see? Now, Matt LaFleur is an offensive-minded coach. I have all the confidence in him that he'll crack the code, he'll figure it out. But consistency is going to be the most important part. And the thing that you worry about with Jordan Love is he's such a Jekyll and Hyde type of player. He's so hot and cold. Will the worst version of Jordan Love show up at the most inopportune time? That is the caveat of all caveats when it comes to the teams in my top 5 power rankings today. Jordan Love, the variance that we get to him on week to week is a bit concerning, and ultimately the Packers season is going to come down to whether or not that guy can figure out how to be more consistent.
Well, I'm pleased that the Packers are still in the power rankings after that brutal loss to the Cleveland Browns. I thought maybe they would dip out, but maybe the Ravens did them some favors last night as far as the order is concerned. We'll see. But you said he's either hot or cold. He better be hot this week going up against that Dallas Cowboys defense. No excuses for Jordan Love this week. You better come out. You better atone for what happened versus the Browns, and you better take advantage of that Cowboys defense.
From the people that I have spoken to about this, I think there's a sense of good. Glad this happened this way early.
That's what I said yesterday.
There's like a
I think they needed
too
it.
much hype, and they needed kind of a snap back to reality.
I think it's going to be long-term the best thing that might have happened.
It may be. It may be. Like, it's better now, get it out of the way, and then refocus them. Like, hey, we are not invincible because we won 2 games. And now, yes, 1 was in front of the unsportsmanlike crew, so you feel even bigger when we're there, of course, obviously. Right. So maybe that is what actually did them in.
Our bad.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to put so much pressure on you guys. Our bad.
That's on us.
All right, keeping it moving.
Number 4.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Let's go.
The Bucs are the first team in NFL history since the Super Bowl era to begin to win their first 3 games of the season with a go-ahead score in the final minute. Winning close games is a skill, and it looks like the Bake Show has mastered it. In Sunday's win against the Jets, Tampa also extended its NFL best streak of consecutive 100-yard rushing performances to 11 straight games, and they held their opponent under 100 yards rushing for the 11th consecutive game, dating back to Week 10 of last season. During that span, they've held opponents to an NFL best 3.3 yards per carry. So let me get this right. They run the ball, they stop the run, and they have a quarterback that can play make in the most critical times in the game. Check. If there's a concern, it's the injuries. The O-line is a mash unit. Chris Godwin not back yet. Mike Evans got hurt on Sunday. Emeka Egbuka is banged up. Jalen McMillan is out with a neck injury, and Kalijah Canty is out with a torn pec. Is that all? Can next man up allow the Bucs to keep pace in the race for the top spot in the NFC in the regular season? That is the question that they have to answer.
Has Baker Mayfield officially become he'll just find a way to win guy?
Yes.
Has he become that?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, then no stopping them. They have a great head coach.
The injuries is what stops
Well,
them.
you know what I'm saying. When healthy, I mean, we're
He
assuming
can't
health,
overcome all of
obviously.
that.
You can't. It's a lot to overcome, man. You don't have both of your starting tackles.
Understood. But the fact is, when you have at the quarterback position he'll find a way to win guy, I mean, that puts you in that. Shefty picked them to go to the Super Bowl, 8 a.m. Eastern with us today, brought to us by ZipRecruiter. Like, when he picked them to go to the Super Bowl, like, oh, come on, Adam, that's a little much. I don't think it is. I don't think that's a wild
When it comes to head coach quarterback pairings, are we going to start elevating Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield?
You better.
They are the most underrated head coach quarterback pairing in the entire NFL.
Actually,
I don't think that's cap. I think that's legit.
And I'll tell you what, nobody knows Todd Bowles' name. He never comes up. I think I'm the captain of his fan club.
Let me tell you who knows Todd Bowles' name.
Me.
Nick Sirianni.
Well, yes.
Oh.
Nick Sirianni. I bet you know his name.
Well,
he gonna know his name.
I'm just saying, I feel like, I don't think there's hyperbole here. I feel like I bring up Todd Bowles more than anybody on our airwaves.
You're a big Todd Bowles guy.
Because he just wins.
That's a deeper conversation, but we're in my power rankings, sir. This is not your segment. This is my segment.
Sorry, I talked
We're in my
too much.
power rankings. Next.
Number 3.
The Los Angeles Chargers. Ooh. We're seeing a different version of Justin Herbert, and everyone needs to take note. Jim Harbaugh said, and I quote, "He's the greatest. He's one of one, the best I've ever seen at the quarterback position," end quote. Herbert completed 8 of his final 9 passes for 93 yards in the final 5 minutes of the game that they played against the Denver Broncos. The win, engineering 2 scoring drives and completing his first fourth-quarter comeback this season. Herbert leads the league in passing, is second in passing touchdown, and third in QBR. And oh, by the way, the Chargers are the 3rd team since division realignment in 2002 to start a season 3-0 with all wins against division opponents. The last team to do that was the 2006 Bears, who lost to the Indianapolis Colts in Super Bowl 41. So a good sign for the Los Angeles Chargers that they were able to get out to this 3-0 start against the AFC West teams.
Are they the scariest team in football right now?
Yes.
When you think about it, you just said it. They beat 3 division opponents to start the season, give themselves very comfortable position moving forward. Justin Herbert is a guy that we've all waited to be that dude. Seems like he is right now, as you mentioned, leading the NFL 860 passing yards this season. Oh, and by the way, his coach wins everywhere, and always gets the best out of his quarterback. For them to be out to this start with those 2 guys, that should put everybody in the NFL on notice.
Next.
Number 2.
The Buffalo Bills. The Bills have scored 30 or more in each of the first 3 games while averaging 3.2 points per drive. It's the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL, number 1 total offense in the NFL, and no turnovers on the season, extending their NFL best 25 games without losing the turnover battle. With an upcoming schedule of the Saints, Patriots, Falcons, and Panthers, the Bills have the inside track to the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they're the favorite in the latest Super Bowl odds. So Buffalo has a clear path to making sure that the postseason runs through Orchard Park. Right now, I don't see a loss on their schedule for the foreseeable future.
2-1 seem relatively easy in the power rankings, but I'm going to point out that 2 needs to be exemplified or magnified, because who's their peer? Their peer is Baltimore. Baltimore should be right there with them, and Baltimore is so far away from them, and they beat Baltimore, that I'm going to magnify the fact that the Bills doing what they're doing, I now give them credit for, because they're one peer in the league. The MVP quarterback team that's on the verge doesn't look like they're on the verge anymore.
Well, and if we think about the true contenders in the AFC, who are they? The LA Chargers? The Baltimore Ravens?
Are they?
I believe the Ravens are a true contender.
Oh, I was listening to the show for the first 40 minutes, so I didn't think so.
But I'm only frustrated because they can do better than what we've seen.
Yeah.
They're capable of it. I wouldn't get mad if they weren't capable of being so much better than what they showed last night.
The Chargers, Buffalo, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and Buffalo looks better than all of them.
But that's my point.
Yeah. No,
and Buffalo has the easiest path to being able to win their division and having home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
And their home field advantage is a lot different because of weather than the Chargers' home field advantage.
No doubt.
If they were to get it, right?
I mean, you have to question whether or not the Chargers actually do have home field
I thought
advantage.
they were loud this week, actually.
Yeah, well.
I'm just saying.
Well. Next.
Number 1.
The Philadelphia Eagles. They scored 26 unanswered points to rally against the Rams after giving up 26 unanswered points in that same game. Not sure the last time we've seen a Sean McVay coach team blow a 3-possession lead in the second half, but it happened. Jalen Hurts shined despite not having his best offensive lineman, Lane Johnson, and both Georgia defensive tackles made their presence felt in the comeback win. Arguably the best defensive tackle tandem in the NFL, they remind me a lot of the Williams-Wall from the 2000s Minnesota Vikings, Pat and Kevin Williams. But maybe my biggest takeaway was the dominance of A.J. Brown, who on any given Sunday can be the best wide receiver in the league. Philly can play any kind of game they need to in order to best that week's opponent. They have more ways to win than any team in the NFL, very reminiscent of the early 2000s New England Patriots. So that's my power rankings going into week 4. Philadelphia Eagles number 1, Buffalo Bills number 2, followed by the LA Chargers, Tampa Bay Bucks, Green Bay Packers. Smalls, you are my accountability partner. I will get your objections and omissions on the other side of the break.
Plus, could there be a QB change for non-injury reason? We'll get to that next. We're on Sportsmanlike, presented by